a little bit of tension between the NHL and the KHL. Can you see any maybe solution in terms of softening the tension between both sides in terms of contract agreements?
I've done 4 panels tonight. I didn't get to sit in on any of them, so I didn't see what you're talking about. So
as a GM.
Well, as a GM, the fact is, what we'd like to have is a situation where all European countries have a transfer agreement with us. We haven't been able to accomplish that with the KHL or with the Russians. I'm not jumping off a bridge on the way home if we don't have one.
What about how much that come into effect when you were drafting? You saw a lot of Russian players fall because of maybe the KHL agreement. How much does that come into effect?
I think it's a big factor. Some factors, it's a team that they're just going in a different direction, but I think the ability to sign or retain players in the absence of a transfer agreement, I think it's a big factor.
What about your hot stove, Brian, just about the agent's role with young players? What's the biggest concern?
Well, I think that, first off, the agent group, the agent business, by and large are reputable people with consciences and brains and ability. And we're lucky in our sport that, by and large, we have a wonderful group that represent our players. And our players are fortunate that way as well. And I think the players benefit from strong representation. I think agents are an integral part of our game. And I'm not sure why it was a hot stove topic.
Are you willing to talk Leafs as well?
Sure.
I guess camp's not too far away. Rookie camp will be just around the corner. Tomas Kaberle, are you disappointed you didn't trade him? Or was it something that just wasn't the offer there?
Oh, we could have traded him. The offers we got for Tomas Kaberle were in the double digits. And I can, at some point, if anyone wants to see the teams, I can lay it out for them. There was nothing that was commensurate with his value. And as I said when this process began, it wasn't an option. We were going to take the best offer and trade the player. We were only going to trade him. We got an offer we felt reflected his value to our hockey club. He's a good player, he's a good person, and he's at a good price. Like, we're not just giving the guy away.
With quite a few defensemen still under contract, are you going to be active if possible?
I don't think so. I don't think you can have too many defensemen. Everyone says we got too many defensemen. How can you have too many defensemen? When I was little, my mother used to say, the day you save a nickel, you break a shoelace. Well, it's the same thing. You trade a defenseman and get to 7, I guarantee within 72 hours you'll get a defenseman hurt and you'll be down to 6. So we've got a good group of young defensemen we want to give time to. We don't want to rush them with the Marlies, and I think we have just the right number of defensemen.
There was a notion out there, completely unsubstantiated, that Kaberle has an issue and vice versa with Ron Wilson, and then it was furthered by some comments attributed to Francis at Kaberle.
Well, Mr. Kaberle doesn't play for us. He's entitled, I say this with great respect. We're not pouring any gasoline on that fire. He's entitled to his view. That has never been communicated to us. I talked to Tomas's agent, Rick Curran, today. There's no issue as far as Tomas is concerned. And the coach isn't going anywhere anyway. So if there's any other player out there that thinks he has an agent with the coach is, pardon poor grammar, the coach ain't going anywhere.
The coach doesn't have a problem with the player as far as...
No.
Brian, how would you assess, I guess, the moves that you guys have made coming into the season, and what's the objective?
Well, I think you got to go back to January 31st. I mean, that's a critical date for us. The trade with Calgary and the trade with Anaheim, and I think it's that, from that point to the end of the season, I think we were the 7th best team in the East, and that's without the guys we added this summer. So I think if you look at the upgrades we made on defense, the upgrades in net, if you add a Colby Armstrong, you add a Christopher Stieg, you add a Mike Brown, these are all guys that we think can make a difference right away. So we're really happy with the way our team's coming along.
Brian, did you have any role in the Kovalchuk arbitration? There was some talk that you were
Yes, I did.
a witness. You care to elaborate on that at all?
No.
Or? No? Okay.